Hi, I'm Katy Malone. I'm the Curator of Academic Programs at the McClung Museum at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. And today I'm talking about three-dimensional objects, and I'm going to focus on terminology. I'm working from home today, so I'm using a few different things from my personal collection. Let's get started. And one of the first things you'd want to look at is the material. What is this made out of? Is it made out of ceramics? Is it made out of stone? Is it made out of metal? Can you tell what kind of metal? Is it made out of wood? So when we're talking about an object, there are a few different words that you'd want to use. You'd use a word like relief to describe something that's been carved. So this object has a relief carving on it. You can kind of see how the surface has been dug out to create some decoration. You would describe if it has painting on it. So this object has some painting. This has been painted on. You would describe if it's in the round. So does the decoration go all the way around like it does on this object? The decoration is in the round. You would also describe the scale. So how big is this object related to life? You would talk about the height, the width, and the depth of an object, but you'd also talk about it in relationship to the thing it's depicting. So this object has a face on it of a person, and we would call that a figure. So when you're talking about a human representation, you call it figure. But this is not the size of any person I know or know to exist, maybe outside of stories. So I would say that this is smaller than real life. It's under life size. Another thing that you would look at when describing an object is how might this have been handled? Do you see a way that this could have been used? So this metal item has a base and it has a point on top. So if you were to really look at this more closely than I can even show you in the video, you'd also find some wax residue around the top. And so you might deduce that this would be a candle holder. And you'd be correct. And another thing that you would look for in an object is how it would have existed. Do you think this would have been an everyday item, or do you think it would have been really special? So when you look at this particular object, it's particularly ornate. There's no real way to pick it up. It doesn't have a handle. It's heavy. It's very decorative. So my thought would be that it would be something that would be made for decoration, made to sit there, made to look beautiful. And the fact that it's so intricately carved, I would think that it would be a very special object and very unique. So thank you for joining me today as we talked through a few objects from my collection to discuss materiality, decor, and functionality of an object. I hope you picked up on a few things that you can use as you interpret objects moving forward. Thanks very much. This is Katy Malone from the University of Tennessee in Knoxville.